Hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. We are reading the Bible in chronological order. More than 300 stories. It's going to take us more than 2 years to do so. And yeah, let's change the music. We can do a reading of today. At the end of the reading, I will give my explanation of what this project is about. Okay, day 224. Treatment of contaminated clothing. Leviticus chapter 13, from verse 47 on. Now, suppose an infectious mildew contaminates some woolen or linen clothing, some woolen or linen fabric, the hide of an animal, or anything made of leather. If the affected area in the clothing, the animal hide, the fabric, or the leather has turned bright green or a reddish color, it is contaminated with an infectious mildew and must be taken to the priest to be examined. After examining the affected spot, the priest will put it away for 7 days. On the seventh day, the priest must inspect it again. If the affected area has spread, the material is clearly contaminated by an infectious mildew and is unclean. The priest must burn the linen or wool clothing or the piece of leather because it has been contaminated by an infectious mildew. It must be completely destroyed by fire. But if the priest examines it again and the affected spot has not spread in the clothing, the fabric, or the leather, the priest will order the contaminated object to be washed and then isolated for 7 more days. And the priest must inspect the object again. If he sees that the affected area has not changed appearance after being washed, even if it did not spread, the object is defiled. It must be completely burned up, whether it is contaminated on the inside or outside. But if the priest sees that the affected area has faded after being washed, he is to cut the spot from the clothing, the fabric, or the leather. If the spot reappears at a later time, however, the mildew is clearly spreading and the contaminated object must be burned up. But if the spot disappears after the object is washed, it must be washed again. Then it will be ceremonially clean. These are the instructions for dealing with infectious mildew in woolen or linen clothing or fabric or in anything made of leather. This is how the priest will determine whether these things are ceremonially clean or unclean. That's how. All right. Things were different back then, that's for sure. They're very different. This is the Bible in 5 years. We read the Bible in chronological order. 300 or more stories, and it's going to take us more than 2 years to do all this reading. After we finish doing all this reading, we will continue to read the Bible, but in a different format. But we are always going to keep it short and sweet as much as possible, because we read verses here, not chapters. We read from 3 verses to 30, about 30 verses, and we don't read 2 or 3 different chapters of different books of the Bible, because that will be too much. And the idea is so we remember what we read. This project podcast is aimed for people who have not read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says. They're not familiarized with the Bible, or maybe they don't care about the Bible. And it's okay. We're not going to judge you here. Maybe you were hurt at church and you don't even want to read the Bible or pick up the Bible anymore. Too heavy, maybe. I don't know. But maybe you'd rather watch a video or listen to an audio, because we are having audios and videos in Spotify about these particular recordings. We upload them in Spotify and we upload them as audio and or video. And we also have videos in YouTube, only videos, and in Facebook also videos. But Facebook, they're deleting the videos every 30 days. And why am I mentioning this? Because if you wanna watch prior episodes, prior days, like day 1, day 10, day 20, day 50, whatever, you can go to YouTube or Spotify, because there is all these recordings there waiting for you. And most of them, the majority, they're 10 minutes or less. We have a handful of little bit 12, 13 minutes up, maybe 14. Maybe there is one that is for 14 minutes. But that's when we were trying to determine how many verses to read. Now I have dropped the verse from 43 or 46, have dropped it down to 30 verses, because it's too much. It's too long, and I don't want to do long readings. Okay, let us know where you're listening from, where you're watching from. And remember, this project is aimed for the one, not for the 99. But if you're from the 99, you're also welcome. If you're a Christian, you're also welcome. You know, the way you can help us and supporting us is by liking and subscribing. Below in the description, there is the platforms, the links to Facebook, to YouTube, and Spotify. Go there, subscribe, like, click on the little bell, whatever, the reminder. So it tells you when it is. Share the shows with your friends, with your neighbors, with somebody who doesn't speak English very well, like me. Oh, by the way, we also record them in Spanish. Share them with your enemies too. Come on, for crying out loud. And that's how you can help us. All right? And so let us know where you're listening or watching from. Hello around the world to all the people who do watch us or listen. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.